Hello friends, my name is RagePanda1, and as you may know, I really need to work on my districts a little bit. We're getting pretty close to 200k a minute here, but the thing that's really holding me back on my account is the level of gold that I'm able to produce, and so today we're going to go over something that I have found that will let us get a little bit more gold. So let's look at our tavern district here. We're getting 24k a minute for our tavern district, and to be more exact, that's 23,879. And we can see a breakdown here of the amount that we're getting from our laborers, our district level multipliers, our charm bonus, our charm multipliers, and all that good stuff. So the thing we're looking at today is a bit of a minor bonus, but it is a bonus indeed, and that's going to be in the codex bonus section. So we're going to go to our stable of mamas here, and in order to take advantage of this, we want to be carousing as many times as we possibly can. So there's really no reason to save these vigor potions, except for about 3 of them. And the reason you would save about 3 of them is so that if you're going to go ahead and do a bunch of your questy do's in the bottom left of your screen from the town area, you want to have some of these available in case you run into another carouse and you don't want to have to wait 12 hours or whatever it is to be able to do another one. So I always spare 3 of them just for those situations. And while I'm carousing here, I would like to let you guys know that I do have an exciting announcement if you're the kind of person that might want to come and play with me. And at the end of the video, I'm going to go over how you can do that. So if you have some interest in that, I hope you'll stay tuned. Alright, so we did some carousing. What in the F does that even do? If we look at the top left of our screen, we have a fancy little icon here. Mine has 12 million right now. This is called charisma. And charisma is the thing that you get for carousing, and it's the thing that you spend to increase some gain from your districts. And this is the one that we're going to focus on in this particular episode, because I do want to increase my trade districts, but I also want to be increasing my entertainment districts. And this is also a good representation of how I was going about things before I really looked into it a little bit farther. So it turns out that leveling these up evenly based on cost is not the most efficient way to spend your charisma, but luckily we have a simple formula. We want to consider our middle level to be our baseline, we want our top level to be half of that, and we want our bottom level to be double that. So in terms of the cost for this charisma, the middle is our base, the top is going to be half of that, the bottom is going to be double. So to start, let's just put 1 point in and see what happens. You can see that we're at 368, and we put our 1 point in, we're up to 384. So that should give us 16 points. And if we go back into our districts real quick, we can see that we are at 23,895, and we were at 23,879 before, so our 16 points went directly into increasing this amount by a flat number. So now when we're looking at the two, I've gotten it to the point where my bottom row is twice as expensive to level up than the middle row. If we click the middle row, we get 8 points. If we click the bottom row, we get 16 points. So you can see why that math works out. And then of course, if we click this bottom one, we get 4 points. Pretty simple stuff. So now you can see that I have this closer to set up in a way where our middle row is our baseline, our top row is half of that, and our bottom row is about double that. It obviously does not need to be perfect. You're never going to get it perfect. So we're just looking for rough estimates here, and that's totally fine. Now that I have these set up this way, when I do a bunch of carousing in a row, I will probably first level up the bottom and then catch the other 2 up behind that. And then if I have some spare extra, I'm not going to let it sit. I'm going to spend it just so that everything is being used that can be used. But I'm going to leave this section like that for now, and I'll grab a different section to try to iron out a little bit. So I've basically gotten as far as I can at this point. We got our orcs and dwarf lady here set up basically perfectly. The same is true for our sexy ladies group. I don't know what you call them. Aren't they all though? Aren't they all? So now after changing a couple of those, we come into here. Again, you're not going to shatter the world with these changes, but if you're looking to be efficient, this is how we're going to do it. And just ironically, without even trying, we got exactly 420 higher. So I guess blaze it. I don't know if it's legal where you're at and that's a thing you do, then 420 blaze it, because math, people, that's why. So again, I would like to say in some of my previous videos, I said that I was leveling these up as even as possible, just not worrying about the cost or benefit too much. If you still like to do that, you can. It's not as efficient. I would have been incorrect when I was saying that before. Now I'm giving you better information because that's what we do around here. So if you like what we do around here, then you can actually come join us on our server, which is server 331. Our main guild has exactly one spot left. This main guild spot is going to whoever gets there first. So if you're the person that gets there first and applies, then you're going to be the one that gets it. It's very difficult for me to pay attention to who's actually playing. You know, I don't want to keep anybody out. I don't want to kick anybody out. And I have had to do that for people who had basically zero interaction for a week or two just because so many people were applying. Now we've got the other solution with a second guild. It is called RageKingdom 2. Information for that is going to be in the description below. And the person who is running that guild, friend of the channel Snagga, is picking up the slack here and making it so that we can all be a bigger community together. Even though 50 people, man, that's just not a big enough guild. I want bigger numbers, you know. Goat Games, if you're listening, let me have a bigger guild, baby. Come on, I scratch your back, you scratch mine. Let's be scratching and stuff. So there you go. Come and play with us. Fair warning on the server, people do refer to themselves as Ragelets now and then. And several people have Rage in front of their name. So hey, if you're making your account and you want to be part of that trend, it's just a thing that happens sometimes. I want to thank you for watching the video. I have been Rage Panda 1, and I will see you on the server.